in Friday, came out Monday. 72 hours later, after the casino session, his money was gone and his kidneys were failing. The system made him forget that he was a normal human being, not a machine. 3 a.m., a child alone in a parking lot. Mother inside says, I forgot everything. Not distraction, not addiction. Something strong enough to override your natural instinct itself. What happened? He didn't cry about losing money. He wrote this instead. Zero balance is the only time I feel safe. They didn't just take this cash. They rewired what people feels like normally. Look at these headlines. Look at them closely enough. A man nearly dies of organ failure because he forgot to drink water. A mother forgets her own child. A young man finds peace only after it runs away. You think these are isolated incidents? Wrong. These are intended results of a calibrated mission. The hidden math behind casino celebration losses disguised as win. You bet $1,000 and won 200. Lights explode, sirens scream celebration. You just lost $800 and your brain is being trained to feel like you won already. In this video, let's discuss about the casino's use of black box architecture to steal your time, acoustic engineering to fake your happiness, and VIP handlers to hijack your loyalty. Why winning once is the beginning of losing everything. You think that the loser is the one who walks in, loses 5,000 rupees and then walks out crying. No, wrong. The man is the luckiest person in the building. He got a reality check quite quickly. He learned that he's not built for this. The man who is truly finished is the man who is walking into a grave. He dug himself is the one who wins on day one. You think it's a blessing for him? No, it's a virus. It's a false positive that will eat your future from the inside out. The false positive virus, what it is? Money means nothing to me. Archaic Haras turns $50 into $40 million and then loses it all in just 3 weeks. When you win the first time, your brain pulls a scam on you. It's called as attribute substitution. Your ego stands up and says that I didn't just win this because of mere luck. I won because I am a genius. You have just hard coded a lie into your nervous system. Because your first experience was a win, your brain no longer sees a risk, it sees a source of income for you. You stop looking for danger and start looking for your next paycheck from it. You aren't a player anymore, you are a victim waiting for the trap to spring. So the calibration killer. The news says I just kept playing. Tycoon Tehran's loses $127 million casino still comes after him. Winning once doesn't make you rich, right? It makes you delusional. It destroys your value of a dollar. If you work for real, what it takes to earn 2,000 rupees? Much time. You know the sweat, the time, the grind. But if you sit down and earn 50,000 rupees in just 10 minutes, your internal scale is broken. Suddenly a 500 rupees dinner feels like cheap and 10,000 rupees feels like nothing serious. You stop respecting the hard work of a normal life because it feels too slow to achieve your goal. You have become a dopamine junkie and the normal world can't give you the fix you need anymore. The third one is the social hero high status trap in it. I had to keep the image alive. Respected philanthropist secretly gambles away millions of his own earned money in these high stake rooms. Winning comes with an audience. So the dealer smiles with you, the table envies you, and you almost feel like the king. You didn't win money, you bought social status with pure luck, and now you are a slave to it. You are terrified of being a person who lost it. You keep betting not to win but to prove the first time wasn't a fluke for you. You are literally burning your life savings just to keep a fake smile on the people who don't care about you if you live or die tomorrow. And then comes fear versus greed. I thought I was untouchable. Young trader loses everything after one lucky break. And winning the first time is a death sentence because it removes your fear completely. In a high risk world, fear is the only thing that keeps you alive. Fear of losing money, it's a guardrail. When you lose the first time, you learn about risk, right? When you win the first time, you only learn about greed and nothing else. Risk teaches you how to survive, but greed teaches you how to lose everything on your own quickly. The system wants you to win the first time so that you become confident. They want you to be fearless, because a fearless man is a man who doesn't cliff until he is already falling from the top. The house doesn't need to steal your money if they can first steal your sense of reality. Did you win the first bet, or did they just buy your soul for the price of few chips? How almost winning is designed to trap your brain. You think you are unlucky. No, just wake up. You aren't losing, you are being harvested. The most dangerous lie in the world is I almost had it. In a casino or a betting app, near miss isn't a loss, it's a biological green light. They have hacked your brain to make a no feel like a yes. They are laughing while you are bleeding by losing money. The dopamine sneak attack. What does that mean? I was so close, just one more bet. 21-year-old student Sai Kiran falls into 20k debt just because he thought it's not enough. Most people think dopamine hits when you win. Wrong. In a healthy brain, a loss should feel like a slap, but these things, they have rewired the loops. A near miss triggers a dopamine spike nearly as high as a jackpot itself. The casino isn't selling you money, they are selling you the physical sensation of winning without paying your single paisa. You're praying for a rush, and almost is the drug that keeps the needle in your arm still alive. And then the near miss paradox. Just one point, I felt like I was about to win. Student lose everything in $165 billion betting app trap. This news shows that the only thing more addictive than winning is almost winning, the state that never exists. Once you taste that first win, your brain breaks. Every loss after that isn't a loss anymore, it's a near win. You should have tried hard chasing a future. You're chasing a ghost, the memory of that first win for you. You are on the treadmill staring at a carrot, wondering why you haven't reached the wall yet. And then comes the illusion of control, which you never had from the first place. I thought I lost $700,000. 20-year-old Alex dies after app glitch shows him the negative balance just because of that. This is the ultimate insult to your intelligence. You will feel they give you stop button and hold features to make you feel like your timing is a strategy, the reason you almost won. But the result was determined the millisecond you hit start. The near miss animation, it's just gone. It's just a movie played for your benefit. You aren't learning maths, you're learning how to be a professional victim. The only skill you have building is the ability to lose faster, much more this time. The survival brain hijack while you do this is the mission is about to hit. Mother leaves child for 8 hours chasing the warm slut illusion. Our brains evolved to hunt. If our ancestor missed a deer by inch, the brain says try again, you are chosen. This is survival. But gambling exploits this ancient mechanism to destroy you, your mental health and your money. The casino close doesn't mean you are getting better. It means that your house successfully kept you in a seat for another 20 minutes. They are using your evolution to bankrupt you. And then the sunk cost fallacy momentum. If you see it more closely, I just wanted my money back. 61-year-old father loses home in 90 days after the first casino win. So this is where they finish you completely. When you almost win, you justify the money you have already inherited. You think that the mission is primed or due, which is gonna repay. Randomness has no memory. The mission doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't care about you or where you were closed 5 times or 5,000 times. Every spin is day one. The mission isn't getting warm. Your pockets are just getting empty and cold. They want you to feel cold because as long as you feel close, you will never walk away. Are you going to be your favorite customer, or are you going to finally wake up on this? Why smart people believe that they can beat the system? First of all, the smarter the rioter. Tech CEO disappears after $500 he couldn't pay on his own. You think a PhD or a high paying job is a shield? Definitely no. In an underground room, your intelligence is a weapon. It's a high grade fuel the house uses to burn your life down completely. Smart people are the easiest to scam because they think that they are smart enough to be tricked. Tell a genius a roulette wheel is random and they'll call you a liar. The pattern was there, I just had to prove it. Max teacher loses $2 million family inheritance chasing perfect roulette formula. Why so? They see physics-based flaws and dealer signatures where there is only chaos. They aren't gambling, they are testing a hypothesis for these smart peoples. They use a math to dress up a corpse, calling erroneous lost data just to justify one more extra spend. Surgeons and lawyers are used to being the smartest in the room in their lifetime. And if they play casino, they have the complex in that particular room. They try to outthink a house edge that is hard coded into the universe. Smart people are world class at lying to themselves first. They don't have a gambling problem, they have a strategic capital reallocation issue. They aren't losing, they are just adjusting the algorithm. They are trying to beat the algorithm. Take the day trading guru who lost everything in just 6 hours, or the elite engineer who burned 65 lakhs within few seconds. They didn't lose because they were stupid. They lost because their ego wouldn't let them admit that they were the sucker at the table at that particular point. How casinos steady you more than you steady them. You think that cameras are just there to catch cheaters? No, it's wrong. That's 1990s thinking. Today the house knows your pulse, your mood, the exact moment your spirit is gonna break. They aren't watching the cards, they are watching you particularly. Why so? Facial recognitions they try to elicit from. They knew I was breaking and still sent me bonuses. Whistleblowers exposes casino AI that pushed players to lose everything. Modern AI uses computer visions to track your micro expressions on your face, whether you're frustrated, tiny flickers, exhaustions, panics, fears. The system detects when you are tilted, you are losing control. Does the casino stop you there? Definitely no. They send a host with a free dinner bonus to keep you in that chair while your judgment is compromised, while you are weakened. They don't want you to leave where you are angry when you are weak. They want you to stay until you are gonna go empty because of that. The biometric pulse check they use, where the system flagged him but didn't stop him. Inside the AI that choose profits over the man's life savings, whether it's a physical vision or a mobile app, the system is monitoring your betting velocity, how far you can go into putting your money. A sudden increase in speed signals lose chasing. AI uses dynamic difficulty adjustment, tweaking the vibe of game to keep you engaged right at your breaking point. You won't leave. They have a digital lease on your dopamine levels. And then the smart chips they use, where the computer said you are banned. Tourists wrongfully blacklisted by just facial recognition glitch by the system. Ever wondered how they know your pain threshold? What is your limit? every high value chip now contains RFID tag on it. This creates a digital footprint of every paisa you move. The casino knows the exact amount you can lose before you typically could walk away. They have built a risk profile for you before you even enter. They will push you right up to that line, making sure you lose the maximum your limit before leaving enough hope to receive you back the next week. They have the data about you, they have the math, and you only have your ego. Who do you think is gonna win this particular fight? VIP treatment that slowly takes your control away from you. You think that the VIP host your friend who cares for you. You think that the black card means you are a king. Open your eyes wide open. In the underground world, the red carpet isn't laid out for your comfort. They are to soak up your blood. They don't call it hospitality, they call it a handling. What does that mean? You are a mark and that host smiling at you. What does that mean? He is a behavioral hitman sent to make sure you never feel to exit the room. The friendship scam that you feel there, they use a tactic called as gong si. What is that? They don't act like staff, they act like your brother, a best friend that known for years. They give you the shoe, the private car, the front row tickets. Your brain triggers the reciprocity reflex. What you'll do next? You feel a deep subconscious need to repay their kindness out of nowhere. In a casino, the only way to repay the host is to stay at the table. Walking away where you are done feels like betraying your brother, betraying your family, friend. You are gambling against a house anymore. You are gambling to save a fake relationship that they created. They have turned your own morality into a weapon against you. And the tier status identity, if you see here, why do they just give you a platinum or diamond cards? Why? It's not about perks, it's about the social identity. Your ego gets hooked on the social hero high of being recognized at the door. If you stop gambling, you lose the status, you become a nobody once again. I have seen people lose their family's future just to avoid the shame of being downgraded for a few moments. They aren't chasing money, they are chasing the feeling of being important in the room full of sharks that they don't understand. The host who knew too much in the case where court records reveal host text addicts don't quit now hours before his own suicide. A high roller was spiraling using his children's college fund. Did the friend host stop him? Never. He sent encouraging texts and offered lost back bonuses to keep the commissions flowing even after his suicide. The player took his life in the very room the casino gave him the free. In the world, the friendship is live. Everyone is a salesman. They will watch you down as long as you are still dropping coins on the way out. The luxury loan shark in these casinos. Underground conquerors arrested for using VIP perks to mask 400% interest loans. In the underground dens, the host wears two masks. One is the concierge, the other is the loan shark. They offer you a friendly loan when you hit your limit, framed as favor between just buddies. But the second the friendship ends, the violence will begin there. They lure you in with private jets, champagne, only to land you over organized crime when the luck runs out on you. The red carpet is the most expensive thing you will ever walk on afterwards. Are you going to keep dancing for people who are waiting for you to die, or are you going to walk out of the theater to protect yourself? Why time disappears inside the gambling environments? Have you ever noticed that? The black box, what does that mean? You think that you lost track of your time, you are victim of time theft there. They use the Friedman principle: no windows, no clocks, no shadows. They delete your circadian anchors, sun-based energy budget. Your brain needs to function on its own. Without them, you are a pilot flying blind. You are easy target. Those loud swirling carpets are in bad taste. They are designed to be so aggressive Your eyes refuse to look down. They force you gaze back up to the light and the machines over and over again. Your brain can't find a neutral surface to rest. It is a sensory vacuum designed for your ruin. Blue light risk loading, where research from 2026 proved that high intensity blue enriched lightning doesn't just keep you awake, it suppresses melatonin, makes you less sensitive to the financial losses to keep you going. You don't just lose track of time, you lose the ability to care that you are losing, and then you continuing. The flow state loop, modern machines are built for the zone. When physical movement stops, the brain stops processing the events completely. If your environment never changes, your brain assumes that no time has passed, right? You aren't playing a game anymore. You have become a piece of hardware plugged into the system, going on and on. The digital crisis in here is the time distortion has moved from casino floor into your personal pocket. Take the 2026 Reddy Shaker case. What happened? A young man who lost his life saving in a blur because apps have no closing time there. He didn't sleep for days, trapped in loop where every hour felt like just a minute. They just want you to lose the sun, you forgot your family, everything, because as long as you don't want time, what time it is, you never know when to quit, right? Or let them steal very years of your life. You will allow it very easily. How emotional highs are carefully engineered by these people. The LDAW scam, the celebration of loss, it's called as losses disguised as win, but your brain doesn't see the minus sign. It only processes the sensory explosions. They are training to associate losing money with winning emotions, so that intensity will keep chasing the sound of bills. Even your bank balance is going zero and you're becoming bankrupt. The variable ratio hook, where a guaranteed reward is boring, a guaranteed loss is quite triggered. The engineering teams have found the sweet spot, the exact frequency of small wins and near misses to keep your dopamine a constant simmer. They aren't letting you win, they are giving you enough oxygen to keep you away from drowning, to squeeze you out. Acoustic engineering, why are casino sounds always in key of C? Why? Because psychologically the key of C is associated with purity and happiness. That's what every brain believes. High frequency tones triggers an endorphin flash, but not the lost sounds. They are none. No scary noise, soft neutral third. They want to minimize the emotional pain of loss, so you stay focused entirely on manufacturing your next spin. They are muted the reality of pain, turned up into loss as reality. The VIP heart attack in this particular case, high roller collapses during $50K, waited for play to finish before calling the medics even during cardiac arrest. A player suffered that and the staff hesitated to call for help. See why? Because they didn't want to break the vibe of the table. What kind of people? They treated human life or death moment equivalent to high. To them, you aren't a person, you are just a battery. When the battery dies, they just wait for the play to finish before replacing you. They're horrible. They have mapped your brain, they have turned the sounds, they have timed the winds, they have billions of dollars in the world's most advanced AI to make sure you never walk away and before you get squeezed. This is a system designed to consume you fully. Are you going to keep feeling that, or are you going to shut down the mission fully? Why walking away feels harder than staying. 2025 report detailed a man who paced the exit for 2 hours, unable to cross the line. He had lost everything and could not face the light. He suffered a total breakdown right on the welcome mat. The exit isn't a door, it's a psychological encounter. Your head is pounding, you're losing, you're miserable, but you can't stand. You think it's lack of strength. No, it's a biological lockdown. System has spent decades to put you in the invisible cage. Walking away doesn't feel like leaving the room, it feels like jumping off from the cliff. The ego trap, which also adds, as long as you are in that chair, you aren't a loser, you are in the session. There is a possibility the second you stand up, the reality hits you, your brain would rather stay in the nightmare than to get it ruined. You call it hope, the house calls it mathematical lie. And then the Zeigarnik effect. What is this? Your brain is hardwired to finish the task, but gambling has no final whistle. It's one long, bleeding, unfinished life sentence. Walking away feels like closing a book mid-world. Like the tension is your chest and your brain think one more spin, a loop that never ends, right? So to find the door, you must survive a near mission. As you approach the exit, the lights get brighter, the sounds get louder. It's a last ditch hijack. They want to trigger one final what if situation. In that chair, you are an asset, but outside that door, you are a human being. Are you going to stay in that door to feel safe, to protect your ego, or you going to protect your well-being? How your confidence is used against you. A famous financial influencer believed his market analysis skill translated to a poker table. When the pros started bleeding, his ego wouldn't let him admit that he was a sucker. He went from guru to broke in just 6 hours because he was too smart to walk away quickly. The overconfident father. A man fell for a social engineering tip because he wanted to be a confident provider. He bet the family's rent on the sure thing. In this world, caution keeps you alive, confidence gets you evicted. The invincible athlete. An NFL star lost $5 million because he lost physical willpower to hold the cards to change. The cards don't care about your muscles, right? You think the house wants you to walk in feeling like a victim? Stop dreaming. They want you to feel like a lion. Why? Because a man who thinks he is a lion doesn't look for exit. He looks for next fight. Your self-belief is the fuel they use to burn your life down. They don't beat you with math. They beat you with your own God complex. The hot hand glitch. What is this? This is an evolutionary flaw too, which gets added when you win twice. Your brain releases a chemical cocktail shut down your risk assessment. You start to believe in the momentum. Overconfidence makes you increase your bet size at the exact moment at the correction in the mathematical due. The house does nothing. Your belief that you can't lose makes you work dirty. The table captain illusion. In underground games, the house lets a specific player win loudly. They want you to be the table captain, the alpha. Once you have that reputation, you are in the social prison. You become too proud to walk away. You'll keep throwing your family's money into the fire just to maintain a fake status in the room full of jocks. Casino spends billions adding stop buttons and history charts. It's a scam to make luck look like a strategy. Confidence in your system keeps you in the chair altogether. You aren't a strategist. You are a victim with a spreadsheet provided information to them. Goal is zero. Self-annihilation. This is the part they are too afraid to talk about. Gambling becomes a way to delete yourself completely. Why do they keep making you until you go zero? Because zero is the only way it ends. As long as you have 1 rupee, the noise will continue. Reaching zero is the only relief, a biological reset. They didn't just take your money. They made you want to lose it so that you could finally stop. The house wants you to believe in your luck, your skill, and your system, because as long as you believe you are the hero of the story, you will never realize that you are actually the sacrifice. Are you going to keep playing the alpha, or are you going to have the real strength to say enough is enough? Your life is in your hand. Take a good decision.